Hello everyone, Deborah King here, and I want to take the opportunity today to introduce you to another lady, another therapist who I am blessed to say is a very good friend of mine, and her name is Cindy Headley, and she is coming from her page is Energy Works with Cindy. That's what she works under. So hello Cindy, thanks for joining me today. Lovely to see you. How are you doing?
Hi, Deborah.
Doing good,
Thank you for
yeah.
having me.
So Cindy, I just wanted to introduce you to people who maybe don't know you. And again, I'm sort of like doing a range of videos where I'm just introducing different therapists and letting people know what kind of help they can get from other people, from alternative and holistic therapists, etc. So just what kind of therapies do you do? What do you offer?
So I am a hands-on healer as well as a coach, or you could consider it more of a mentor or a guide. I'm trained in Usui Reiki and Rainbow Reiki, but I've kind of used those modalities and incorporated them into my own sort of work.
Okay.
When people used to come to me for just Reiki, I noticed that I kept getting messages for them as well as action steps, and I had visions for them. So that was more coaching or guide, as opposed to just Reiki alone.
Okay.
And then when I went to do intuitive readings for people, I noticed that I kept getting healing energy that wanted to come through them. So I kind of combined those two things into like one session.
Okay. Okay.
So,
And was that the what kind of things do you help people with then? What kind of, is there specific issues or problems or things that people come to you with mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? Is it a mix? Is there anything that you find, that maybe more?
yeah, there are a few things that stand out. A lot of people have particular challenges like right in the moment of their life that they want help with. So they might have questions about their job or money or relationships.
Okay.
Those are like the top three. And then combined in with that, we always touch on a bit of health as well, like physical health. And then I'll also have other people that come to me that want to know more about their life purpose and what they're meant to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
The two different groups. I'll do like a one-off session for anybody that feeling that's what they need, but then anybody that wants to go a little further and really wants to step into their purpose, then I consider that more of like the coaching.
Okay.
And we'll go into that, but those topics are normally the top ones: the money, relationship, and work, what they're meant to be doing.
Which are pretty big topics for a lot of people, aren't they? myself included. Again, I say I have availed of Cindy's some of Cindy's sessions, and I have to say absolutely fabulous, and I don't know where I'd be without some of them. And there's some stories there for another day. And so how long have you been doing therapies then, Cindy? How long have you been doing this kind of work, or evolving? Obviously, your work has maybe evolved over time. So how long have you been doing this type of stuff, or been into this type of thing?
So ever since I was a kid, I could see energy, and I really thought everybody else could too.
Wow, yeah.
So I thought that was kind of normal for everybody, and I would I'd share a couple of things that were happening, and they would be like, "Oh, you're just imagining things or seeing things." But as time went on, and this continued from the time I was a kid into my 20s, I then started studying different healing modalities and just taking energy classes. So then in 2001, I took my first Reiki class training. I didn't exactly connect with it as much, so I waited, and then again in 2007 and 2008, I trained in Usui Reiki and Rainbow Reiki, and I started immediately doing those Reiki sessions at that time. And then it was a little later when I started incorporating the intuitive readings that I mentioned, and then how the two things, they were really, I couldn't separate them. They were like one together.
Mm-hmm.
So since about 2017, and now more so.
I think we just lost you a wee bit. What were you saying about 2017?
Okay. Oh, 20. So at first I was doing the healing work on the side. I would have like a regular job, and it was kind of like a part-time. job. But then I kind of went more in full time with it around, I guess, 2018. It started to become my main focus, along with my artwork, because I also paint. But it started to become more my own focus, and now it's pretty much all that I do.
Okay, very good. And so I think you've answered that sort of the first thing that you did. So it was kind of Reiki was the first thing you sort of got into. Was that how you first dipped your toes? Yeah, is that what you said?
Yeah, at first, back in 1996, I think it was, the Whole Life Expo was going around, and it was people like Wayne Dyer, Doreen Virtue, Greg Braden, all of those people were at this sort of convention, and it fit exactly with what I liked. So it was after that I continued to take some more energy classes, psychometry, holding an object and reading the object. And it was from that, everything just kind of like developed from that. And then when I did the Reiki training in 2007, my intuition just really blew up and expanded like way more than it had been previously.
Very good, very good. And what would be your what was like your why really, Cindy? Why did you get into these, or even if, like I say, the Reiki and stuff was years and years ago, was it just an interest and did it change? I mean, it was kind of like that with me, I sort of dipped my toes into stuff, didn't really know what half the stuff was. And then eventually I was like, oh gosh, people need to know about this stuff. And then I had my own health challenges and stuff. And that's what made me delve deeper as well. So what is your why, or why did you then really sort of really get into what you do and start focusing really on all your gifts? And that was there a why? Was there a reason behind that that really sort of made you really go down that path?
There's a couple of reasons. So at first, it was always natural, like I said, as a kid. And then when I was around in my late 20s, I had an experience where I witnessed a murder-suicide. So it was after all of, like, everything was combined. I had that. I ended up having post-traumatic stress disorder from that, not knowing really what it was. But I had gotten to the point where I didn't want to answer the phone, or if somebody knocked at the door, I would hide. And I didn't know what in the world was happening. And on top of that, I had jobs that I really liked in graphic design, but I always felt like something was missing. And then all of my intuitive gifts were like expanding even more. And it was just kind of, it was just like crazy. So I started diving more into, actually I was looking for help. I went to a preacher for some counseling, a psychiatrist, a psychotherapist, a psychic. So I was like putting them all in the mix. I was like, what's going on?
All the P's, preachers.
So I was looking for all this sort of help. I'm like, something's going on. I didn't know it at the time. It was just really like a life shift. My life was pivoting and shifting, and that whole thing about some things cracking open, some things falling away. I didn't know what was going on. So I kind of became the person I had been looking for. And then years later, when I got diagnosed with cancer, and I asked the tumor what was its message to me, and I heard, live the life you want. And at this point, now I'm like in my 40s, the post-traumatic thing and all that was like 28, early 30s. And now here I am in my 40s, and I had this to deal with. So that I even went even deeper into my healing, and really so that I could live my life and my purpose, because these, I believe, the energy work and the intuitive reading, all of that is a gift, and it was what I was meant to be utilizing the whole time. And
I would agree. I would agree. Anybody that's joined us, this is Energy Works with Cindy Headley. So you can find her on Facebook. Absolutely, it is a gift, and what you do is a gift. And I have been on the receiving end of that a few times, more than a few times, and highly recommend you. And you're just you're just fabulous at what you do. You have so much to offer people, and that's the thing as well. When I do know many therapists. over the years, ones that I've gone to, ones that have become my friends, gone to various fairs and that. And what I find with the majority of them, and especially the ones that I really resonate with, and the ones that, like I say, I do a lot of healing and stuff myself, but it's like everybody needs their own coach and their own mentors. It doesn't matter how successful or you are at something. It's always good to have somebody else that can look at you from a whole different perspective or hold you in a different kind of space kind of thing. We can always do with more help. And Cindy's one of the ones I would go to. Energy works with Cindy. But I think there is a lot of the therapists that I have met over the years, they have gone into it because of their own challenges in their life, whatever that may be. And that's sort of the same with myself as well, sort of around depression and that. So and what I love about a lot of the therapists and friends like yourself that I know is that they're all walking the talk. They're all it's not just talking about stuff, yourself, and you've fascinating story there. Fascinating. we're only just sort of getting the tip of the iceberg there today, some of the things you've experienced in your life. But it is that I do sort of, I think to find some of the most amazing sort of therapists and healers and that are people who have gone through such stuff themselves and have went, sort of maybe they've gone through, a lot of traditional medicine and sort of modalities, and they may have helped a little bit or whatever, but there's always been something missing. There's not been enough to get you sorted type of thing, and you keep searching for what you can find. So, and again, I do think you're fantastic. I know you also work with a lot of other healers and therapists as well. So any healers and therapists out there as well who are having difficulties, issues, need help with their business, etc., I highly recommend Cindy. You can find her at Energy Works with Cindy. But yeah, there's it's been there, done it, bought the t-shirt, and now helping other people. So like I say, most of the therapists I know and any ones I go to and ones that I consider good friends of mine have all been there, done it, bought the t-shirt, and are now helping people because they know what it's like to be in a lot of those situations. So yeah, really, really powerful work. And part of me chatting with people is just to show people out there that there is so much else that can be done for your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health and well-being, So I'm just going to wrap it up and just say thanks for coming on, but I just wanted to double check. So your Energy Works with Cindy, and Cindy is actually based in America, in Virginia. But pretty much all your stuff, your work can be done online. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Okay. And do you do any in-person work at the moment, or is it all online at the moment?
Yeah. If somebody is local, I'd be happy to come and meet them. And if anybody actually wanted a VIP day somewhere here in the States, I'd be happy to set up something, like that as well.
Great. Okay, so that's Energy Works with Cindy. That's where you can find her. You can find her on Insta and TikTok as well. And what we'll do is we'll add some links into the bottom of this. But thanks so much for coming on, Cindy. And I hope to speak to you more soon. We'll have some more chats. And so thanks everyone for watching, and have a great day, and we'll chat to you all soon.